Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom from SBR Picks, and every week Lee Phelps and myself break down the biggest headlines in European football. Starting with today, Chelsea has announced that Ron Gourlay is to leave his role as Chief Executive in Chelsea. What, if anything, does that mean for the club?
Yeah, I think it's a big deal for them, of course, off the pitch. I mean, I think there's a massive difference between what goes on the pitch and what goes on off it. You know, nothing's going to happen, for instance, this weekend. It won't affect the players on the pitch playing against Manchester United, for instance. But, you know, he's played a major role. You know, he's been at the club for a long time now, and he's overseen a massive transition in Chelsea's fortunes. You know, the spell in the Champions League, there's been some great successes on the pitch, but there's been a lot of instability off the pitch as well, and he's had to cope with a lot of managers coming through the ranks at Chelsea, and plus lots of off the field controversies as well, the John Terry racism affair and all that came with that. So they've had a lot to deal with. Not all of it dealt with particularly well, but he obviously leaves with a big pat on the back from Chelsea Football Club. I don't know how much it'll change, because I mean, I think at board level in any company, stability is the key, isn't it? And
yeah.
you know, it's I guess the man at the top, Roman Abramovich, is the man who controls everything, and the people below him pretty much do what he says. It'd be interesting to see if they do replace him, or if they just kind of move some roles around a little bit. I'm eager to see what happens over the next month or so at Chelsea.
Yeah. Well, before we get to who may replace him, though, why now? You know, Chelsea are at the top of their game. Why not at the end of the season? Why now?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, you know, they've announced an annual loss of I think just under £50 million in December of last year. But Gourlay's been the man who steered them through to the financial fair play rules, which are all around the biggest clubs in Europe. In answer to your question, I really don't know. I mean, it says on amicable terms. I mean, you know, you're waiting to hear whether it's just something that, you know, it's maybe just because he's tired of his time at the club. I don't know. Maybe he's got other commitments that he wants to concentrate on. There must be some reason, but I honestly don't know why. Like I said, I don't think he probably thought it would be that big a deal. I guess when he left, he probably didn't think, oh, everyone will be asking why I'm leaving. He's been quite a hidden figure, if you like. You're not like Peter Kenyon. He replaced Peter Kenyon. Peter Kenyon was quite visible, I suppose, in the media. But look, I don't know, and I don't really think it'll impact on the club in the short term.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's been 10 years at the club, I believe, and then 5 years as chief exec. And it looks like it's Marina Granovskaia, one of Abramovich's advisors, who is set to fill his shoes. Do you know if there's anybody else that's being considered for his role, or is she the main choice here?
Yeah, no, I don't know anyone else who's considered for the role. And what I understand is that rather than taking over that role, it'll just be a case of filling in, you know, some additional roles. So that maybe, you know, Bruce Buck will take a little bit more, and you know, and as you said, Granovskaia will take a little bit more as well, and they'll share it out between them rather than creating a brand new role or filling that role that's been left behind. Maybe they've just grown to a point, Natalie, where, as some companies do, that role's no longer needed as much as it was. Maybe they've got to the position where they're happy to run the board as it is, and that's all I can think. But you know, I don't think we'll find out who the new person is until they want us to find out, to be honest.
All right, wonderful. Lee Phelps, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.